When Tomorrow Comes, by Tony Gagliardi. Chapter 4. Boarding the Tomorrow. Dawn broke over Crescent Cove with the scent of adventure in the morning sea air. Tomorrow waited at the marina like a slumbering giant, her tall masts rising into the brightening sky. She wasn't a modern vessel, no gleaming chrome or white fiberglass here, but a handsome schooner of deep, oiled woods and taut white sails furled against the breeze. Across her bow, in sweeping silver script, the name Tomorrow shone, with a stylized compass rose etched beneath. She looked like a ship that could tell 1,000 tales if her weathered timbers could speak, with room in her heart for stories yet to unfold. The guests gathered at the dock, excitement buzzing like the gulls wheeling overhead. The children wore their full pirate get-ups from the night before, sashes, hats, eye patches and all. Wooden swords at their sides, treasures clutched close from last night's celebrations. Luca's tricorn hat sat tilted at a confident angle, giving him the bearing of a true captain. Maya's vest was missing a button, but she wore it with pride. Noah bounced on his toes, his wooden sword tapping rhythmically against his leg. Even Isla and Danny wore their sashes with newfound confidence. The adults exchanged amused glances. Eva lifted her tablet and snapped a photo. Sam gave a theatrical bow as they passed, and DJ muttered, "We've got ourselves a crew, all right." Matteo stood waiting at the ship's rail, his familiar face beaming as the children approached in their full pirate regalia. "Ahoy, brave buccaneers," he called out. "Ready to board your vessel?" Matteo turned toward the helm where Leo stood watching. "Captain Turner," Matteo called out with formal ceremony, "I'd like to present your crew." The children crossed the gangplank with new confidence, treasures catching the morning sun. Luca hopped aboard first, saluting with his wooden sword, Captain Lightning reporting for duty. Maya followed, scanning the rigging with new authority, First Mate Starlight ready for navigation duties. "Quartermaster Quick reporting," Noah declared, holding his spiral-marked coin over his head like a trophy. Isla and Danny stepped forward together. Buccaneer Brightwave and Lookout Moonshadow ready for adventure. Their faces still glowed with the shimmer of ceremony and their new names. A wide-eyed readiness hung in the air around them. Captain Leo Turner stepped forward from the helm, something shifting in his demeanor. The distant captain was gone, replaced by someone who understood that real adventure required a captain worthy of the crew. "Welcome aboard, Buccaneers," Leo said, his voice carrying new warmth. "Time to chart our course like proper pirates." The children gathered around Leo at the stern, where he spread out a weathered chart across a wooden crate. The adults followed, drawn by his infectious energy. 3 days we'll sail these waters," Leo said, tracing routes with his finger. "First, Isla Solara, where Spanish treasure galleons once sought shelter from storms." His eyes twinkled. "Legend says one never left." Maya leaned closer. "A real shipwreck." "Real as the reef that claimed her," Leo grinned, "perfect for snorkeling." "Marina here will be our deep scout," he nodded to her, "while the rest of us explore the shallows where the real treasure lies." Noah bounced on his toes. "What kind of treasure?" "The kind that makes stories, Quartermaster Quick." Leo's finger moved to another mark. "Then we sail to Starwatch Reef, where pirates once used the stars to navigate secret channels." Luca stepped closer, studying the map with a captain's eye. "What's that one?" He pointed to Deep Mist Cave. Leo's voice dropped to a conspiratorial whisper. "Ah, that's where things get interesting. A cave system older than memory. Perfect place to hide, whenever one needs hiding." Danny's finger traced to a corner of the chart where strange markings swirled around a name. "What's that one?" she asked quietly. Leo followed her gaze to where "The Sea of No Return" was written in faded ink. "Ah, that's just old pirate tales," he said with a slight smile. "Every sailor's got stories about myths, legends, and mysterious waters. Makes for good campfire tales." Leo cleared his throat. "But enough of that old nonsense. Let's focus on the real adventure ahead. 3 days of hunting for treasure. Captain Lightning, you'll help me read the winds. First Mate Starlight will navigate by the stars. Quartermaster Quick will manage our provisions. Buccaneer Brightwave will keep our spirits high, and Lookout Moonshadow His eyes found Danny. We'll watch for what others might miss. The children stood taller, their roles suddenly feeling real and important, eyes bright with excitement. Among the adults, a quieter energy stirred, focused and eager, grounded by years of chasing real mysteries. Eva stood near the gangplank, her shoulder satchel bulging with rolled charts, tattered notebooks, and a thick leather-bound journal. She adjusted her wide-brimmed hat against the rising sun and murmured to Marina, "If there are ruins out there, I'd rather find them before the textbooks do." Marina, hoisting her diving gear bag, flashed a grin. "You find temples. I'll find glowing octopuses. Everybody wins." Eva's gaze lingered on the kids. "They're still playing pirates." Marina smiled. "Let them play. Every explorer starts with a story." Their laughter was soft and seasoned, like people who'd chased the unknown before and knew how to respect it. Further down the deck, Sam wrestled with a heavy backpack containing his drone, laptop, tablet, and whatever other electronics he could fit in it. "If this drone survives the trip," he muttered, "it'll be a miracle, or the best field data I'll ever collect." He gave a nervous chuckle, pushing up his glasses as he tried to zip it closed. DJ walked up beside him, a weathered duffel bag slung over his shoulder, patched with stickers from ports across the Caribbean. "My bag's held together with rust, duct tape, and the unbreakable force of optimism," he said proudly. A few chuckles rippled through the group. Whatever adventures lay ahead, it was clear DJ intended to face them with ingenuity and laughter. The children rushed across the deck to explore every creaking board and shining bell. Their pirate sashes fluttered like banners as they raced from bow to stern, discovering the ship's secrets. The adults followed at a more measured pace, shoulders loose, hearts open, setting down bags, stretching limbs, soaking in the quiet thrill of true departure. The Tomorrow's deck felt alive with charm and purpose, thick ropes coiled neatly along the rails, a brass bell gleaming in the sun, wooden crates lashed in place, marked only by cryptic codes. Two local crew members, one lean and wiry, the other broad-shouldered and calm, moved efficiently along the deck, checking ropes and tossing lines. From behind the mast, Matteo appeared carrying a small battered sea chest under one arm. He set it gently on a bench, glanced toward the children, then cracked the lid open. Inside were 5 leather-bound journals, each marked with a symbol matching each child's treasure. He handed them out silently, one by one. The kids took them with wide eyes, less like field gear, more like rare prizes from their treasure hunt. Luca tucked his beneath his sash. Isla opened hers and sniffed the pages. Even Danny traced the cover as if it might whisper a secret. "Do you think it's worth anything?" Luca asked, holding up his Thunderbolt pendant. "To a museum," Maya added, hopeful. Eva overheard and smiled. "Maybe not to a museum," she said, "but definitely to you." "Besides," said DJ, glancing over, "the best treasure's the kind you don't sell." He raised his phone, snapping a quick photo of Isla grinning beside Matteo. The kids exchanged glances, curious, a little skeptical, but held their finds just a little closer. "These books aren't for facts," Matteo said. "They're for what the maps don't show, for what the stars make you feel. One day when the world forgets, maybe these pages will remember." The children held them like treasures, not tools, not toys, like promises. Unseen to anyone else, Matteo slid something deeper into the chest and latched it closed. What remained inside he did not say. Captain Leo stepped forward once the last bag was stowed. He planted his feet wide, crossing his arms with quiet command. "Listen close," he said. "This isn't a cruise ship. The sea can turn faster than your mood. You watch the crew. You listen to orders. You look after each other. Understood?" "Aye, Captain," came the chorus from the kids and a few adults, half laughing, half serious. DJ nudged Sam with a grin. "Relax, tech wizard. Worst-case scenario, you get a vacation from screens and Wi-Fi for a few days." "That's not a vacation, that's withdrawal," Sam replied, but he was smiling. Marina leaned toward Eva, her eyes scanning the horizon. "Is it weird I feel like we're sailing into the pages of a pirate adventure storybook?" Eva smiled, wind lifting the brim of her hat. "Not weird, just overdue." With a final shout from the crew, the Tomorrow slipped her moorings. her sails unfurled with a snap. The hull leaned gently into the tide, and the ship turned her bow toward the horizon, toward scattered islands shrouded in history, clouded with myth. Behind them, Crescent Cove faded into a haze, part memory, part dream. Ahead lay the islands, the sea, the unknown, the secrets buried in time, and somewhere beyond them all, the sea of no return.